Hello everybody, Tahoe Yak Fisher here. We are going to do the unthinkable today. I am going to take a hacksaw to one of my fishing rods. So we are looking at my lead core trolling setup and the rod that I use for jigging, which is a ugly stick tiger. But I am kayak fishing exclusively with this equipment, and take a look at how long this handle is. Now the rod right above it here with the reel on it and the little blue cap was also a bit longer. Actually, here's the piece I cut off of it right here. It also had the rubber end. It doesn't have the gimbal like this one does, but that gimbal, that rubber end, it hooks on stuff. It gets in the way. It hits my chair. It's this rod is too long. The handle is too long. So I'm gonna cut it off, and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do it. So here's what we got. I got my hacksaw. As I mentioned, here's the piece I cut off of this this Shimano trolling rod, and capped it with a piece of foam. Here's our selection of foam. Now, I got this foam from a ski shop. These are ski boot fitting supplies, so I'm not really sure where to send you to buy stuff like this foam other than your local ski shop. So, as you can imagine, I am going to take the hacksaw to this rod here. The ugly stick, I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut about 4 inches off of it. And then I'm going to cap it with that piece of yellow foam. I'm going to use this glue seam grip. It's an outdoor adhesive. I'm going to use some masking tape to tape it all together for the glue to dry. And if I do it right, it is going to look like this when I'm finished. So I also have a belt sander, a table belt sander that I'm going to break out, and that's how I'm going to shave it to get this result that looks real nice. Get rid of the gimbal, put a piece of foam on there. It's going to be awesome. All right. I'm going to take the hacksaw to it. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so here is what I cut off of the end. And as you can see, it's hollow in there, and therefore I don't want to fill the whole thing with glue. So I'm going to use a scrap of this foam, and I'm going to make a little plug that I'm going to shove down in there, and then I'm going to fill that with glue, coat this with glue. Here's our piece of foam that I have cut and kind of ground down, and it's overcut, you can see. So once the glue is dry, I will shave it down and end up with the result like on the Shimano. So I'm going to get it ready for glue, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, guys, so I made a little plug that we're going to put in the rod right there, and then we are going to glue this on. And here we go with the plug in place there. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and then we're going to glue it together. By the way, I have a belt sander. That's how I am shaving this stuff down. I think I mentioned that, but I just wanted to reiterate. All right. Okay, guys, I cleaned everything up with rubbing alcohol, and put some blue masking tape around here just so I don't get too much glue on the butt of the rod there. A little bit's going to be fine because we're going to grind it into shape when we're done. So now I'm going to coat that with glue, put it on there, and tape it on real good to let it dry overnight. Okay, guys, so we got the tape in place. We are going to prop it up so it's sitting on the butt, and let it dry overnight, and then we're going to shave it down And this one, I just thought I'd show you guys. This is the one I did last summer with this piece of blue foam, and it's holding up great. So if you're kayak fishing and you need to customize your fishing pole, don't be afraid to take the good old hacksaw to it. Make it what length makes sense to you. This is going to kind of rest against my forearm just the length that I need it to when I'm jigging, and it's going to be much easier to reel in from a seated position, and that gable's not going to be hooking up all over the place. All right, gamble, I think it's called. All right, thanks very much for watching. Tight lines, Yak Fisher out.